What's up, everyone? I'm Paul Sabo. This is Jay Hamilton, aka twitch.tv/LordXHam, and this is Punk with a Controller. We are live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at twitch.tv/Punk with a Controller, usually in the evenings. Fridays, I'm joined by Jay, where we are going to be covering gaming news, all the big stories that break during the week. We don't have a name for it yet. I don't know what to call this.
Figure it out.
We're just sticking with Punk with a Controller. I was thinking Punk with a Controller news, but then abbreviating it, that's P-Whackin'. And I don't know. Yeah, see?
I love it.
I don't want to be known as P-Whackin'. So anyways, if you weren't here last week, please go to our YouTube, youtube.com/punkwithacontroller, and check out the upload from last week. We already got a copyright strike immediately, right as we uploaded it. Yeah, I got to pay more attention when we did the live reaction to the Suicide Squad trailer at the end. Fucking Steely Dan, man.
Oh, no, that's Steely Dan.
Stealing up his rights. I can't do it. So, on that note, Jay, how do you think the episode went last week? I have a few thoughts, but I don't know if you got a chance to go over and watch just a little bit of it, see what you may have, if you have any opinions on what we might be able to do to improve. Certainly the layout, because I certainly fucked that up this morning, afternoon, evening.
Yeah, no, I've had a very busy week, so I haven't really gotten any time to watch any YouTube or anything really. But I have a good memory, So, I was just thinking, did we mumble a lot? Did we ramble on?
We're not really ramble on. Mumbling, I could see. Speaking clearly could definitely help.
Yeah, I was also severely tired. So I as you can see, I'm one Vente cold brew down. So we're ready to rock and roll, man. I
was drunk and very high.
Yeah, I don't know. And also I don't know why. Last week it just felt so much later than today.
Yeah, it's that time of year where
Yeah.
It's getting darker later. But anyways, like I said, this is Punk with a Controller. We're live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Follow us on all social media. Hit the notification bell. Please like and subscribe to know exactly when we're going live. Jay, what did you play this past week? We haven't really caught up. How was your week in general?
Busy. It was very busy, and I played some Valheim, obviously. If I have time, that's my game that I can just jump in, do a couple things for a bit, and hop off. I also had my first stream in weeks, which was exciting, and I watched a lot of TV. I was watching Superstore, which just wrapped up with their, I think, 6th season.
Yeah, I see that in the doc here. Superstore and Last Kingdom.
Oh, The Last Kingdom. That show is amazing.
Yeah, no, what's Superstore, though?
Superstore, I'm 98% sure, it's written by the same people as The Office.
Okay.
It takes place in a big box store, a fictional big box store, like Walmart. And it's like that. It's like The Office, but not as, how The Office was kind of documentary.
Yeah, when did it come out? Because I know a lot of the guys who wrote a lot of the Office episodes also wrote Parks and Rec.
Yes. I think 6 seasons. So
Oh Jesus. That's a lot.
So yeah, 6 years ago, I guess. I don't know. I can't really math right now. I'm working slow in that department. But it's a good show. It's a good comedy. Good overarching storylines, good characters, very good writing. And it's funny. I don't know. Me and Lady Ham enjoy it. Same as The Last Kingdom.
Yeah, I was about to say, tell me about that one, because that's the Netflix Viking show, right? That one's
Yes.
I think that one's been in my queue for it came out 2017, 19, something like that.
17.
Okay.
The latest season 4 came out last year.
Yeah, that one's been in my
not
queue
there
for a
yet.
while, and I've been like meaning to get into it, but I don't know. It's been hard for me to start a show lately.
All right, so it's time consuming. Every episode's 53 minutes long, and it's one of
Jesus
those
Christ.
shows. It's one of those shows that you watch and you're like, you know, like when you watch a show, you're like, I hope it's not gonna end soon because I want to know what happens, dude. This show will like, you'll be like, oh, it's about to end. Nope, you still got like 30 minutes left, and yeah, yo, Reese, what's good, brother?
What up, Reese?
Reese and Waggy, but yeah, no, it's a very good show. Also, very good writing and acting, and some historical characters in there as well. Good choreography with fighting and historical elements. If you like the whole Saxon, pagan, Viking, Christianity, like lords and kings, like Alfred the Great, you know, like conquering, like it's a great show, and it seems like they're not done making it yet. So I don't know. I'm only on season 3, so that's all I'm gonna say. Watch it; it's good.
How many seasons are there?
4 right
Okay.
now.
How many,
And,
like, is it like 10 episodes a season? If you said 55 minutes, I'm thinking maybe a little less, or 10's got to be like the max, right? Or
think, let me, because dude, I'm certain it's more than you'd think.
damn.
Let's see.
But while you're looking that up, last week I wasn't really playing that much. This week I played a decent bit more. Monday I streamed some more Cold War. That campaign is like, it didn't really do anything for me, but Monday it was some of the, not even the story beats, but just like the mission layouts. Really a change from Call of Duty. They're doing the thing that's really big in games now, where they have the hub world, where you know hub world. That's where all your NPC buddies are, and that's where you can fuck with your gear and go and choose missions and start your layout there. But the way that they have it set up in Cold War, it makes sense kind of, and it I don't know, it just works. You know, you and all your CIA buddies are held up in a warehouse, and you choose your missions and your targets, and you go out and assassinate them in the order that you want to. And there's some targets that you don't even have to go after. And the maps are pretty big and almost non-linear to a degree. So you're able to go and find clues and information for further contracts. So you can get more information that'll make it easier to take those contracts out, or you could, like, I honestly, what I learned though is that you don't really have to find them, because I totally did not find like any clues for any of them, and I totally did the missions fine and still assassinated or captured the guys. But no, nonetheless, it's a real step up from what Call of Duty is normally doing.
I'm like listening to this. I'm like, this is Call of Duty game?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely something to look into. It's cool. It looks fucking awesome. Runs great. It's like, cause that's my whole thing with Call of Duty is, yeah, they're like the same over and over again, and it's Call of Duty, so you know what you're paying for. But what you're paying for is, in my opinion, like some of, if not the best first person mechanics in gaming. It, like, those games just feel so fucking good to play. Whether you like the double jumps and the like speed sliding that they added in like the Advanced Warfares, or just dolphin jumping in Black Ops as like a little extra mechanic. They find ways to make that shit work, and I do genuinely like Cold War. My only issue is with the most recent update, it's up to like it's almost at 200 gigabytes. It's fucking absurd. And that's Cold War. I could only imagine what Modern Warfare is at.
Well, Modern Warfare, you can downloading chunks.
Yeah, you can do that same with Black Ops, but
still,
I want my toes in all of it.
Right.
But I was also playing Ratchet and Clank 2016. They got their 4K 60 FPS patch for the PS5. I only played it for like a half hour. I really just wanted to, because I platinumed that game, so I've done everything you can do in that game.
Yeah, but you just wanted to see how it.
Yeah, I wanted to see how it's
looked.
running, but the new one's coming out in June, so I'm thinking about replaying and play it on stream, whenever, like a little before that one comes out. I don't know if I want to start playing it just yet, but with that update, it's now or never. And then this is a weird one, Homefront Revolution.
Yeah, tell me about that because like that's been a game that I've been like on the fence about playing through like on my own time for like since it came out because I was one of the few. Remember
it
when
was
we were
broken
kids?
as fuck when it came out. It did horrible. Like if you look at the reviews for the game, it's really bad. But on Steam, the most recent reviews are mostly positive. So I'm like, all right, maybe they fixed it. It's Crytek. It's made on the Crytek engine.
Right.
But it's made by a smaller studio. I can't remember. And if I remember correctly, it was one of the cases where the game was passed between developers. So that's never really a good sign for a game. And like I said, it was completely broken at launch. But the game came out in 2016. So I'm thinking maybe they, patched it and everything. And I'm playing on PC versus back then I would have been playing on PS4. So, I got it. I'm not that far into it. Same thing as Ratchet. I'm probably like an hour or so in. Still in like the tutorial opening area. It's okay. It's fine. Like I went into it hoping for Reese, I'm playing Homefront: The Revolution is the game I'm talking about right now. But I was going into it like thinking I was gonna get like at least like a Mad Max 2015 style game, like like
that game is so underrated. It's
like a dope
funny.
game, but like no one ever talks about it. Like I was hoping it was gonna be something like that, but nah, it's pretty okay. And speaking of Mad Max, that's a game I've been wanting to go back a lot lately and replay because
like on the PC.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I played it on my 2015 laptop. So to play it on my fuck it, I'm gonna start downloading that game right now. Actually, as we're talking about it, because fuck yeah, that game is dope.
Yeah, guys, you guys should go check out Mad Max. It's probably like $30.
It's got to be. I can't imagine it's more than 20. And yeah, that is easily, I would say, probably one of, if not the most underrated game from the last generation. Like it's hard for me to think of one that was more underrated, and it was so fucking underrated because it came out the exact same day as a smaller, lesser known title, Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So this game really didn't stand a fucking chance.
All right, people ask me in the past like how do I describe it? Like picture Twisted Metal and then you get out of your car and it's like Arkham style.
I was about to say it's
combat.
Batman Arkham. You're
but
fucking
brutal, but
your parry's
brutal.
your shotgun. But yeah, no.
Yo, Wagner, that's true. And Reese, glad you're loving it here, brother.
And then I watched just a bunch of shit. Like that's the one thing I've been trying to do is catch up on all the shit I need to watch. I literally before we started the stream, I just finished Ted Lasso. So fucking good. Get the Apple free trial and watch that shit. I don't care if you're not a soccer fan. It is like honestly just a feel good show. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, Reese just said Mad Max is $20 on Steam. So yeah, no, totally worth.
Yeah, it's
100% worth the $20.
Just to sink some free time into.
Invincible, that came out last Friday. That's a Robert Kirkman comic. That comic came out in like 2003. It's cool. It's really far off from the comic, but it's fucking cool. And just seeing all that live and the fucking the voice cast is insane. Steven Yeun is the lead voice actor. He voices Invincible. J.K. Simmons voices his dad, Omni-Man. That's just a couple of them. It's an unbelievable cast. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier. God damn. This fucking show is so much better for me than WandaVision. I can't even fucking explain it. Are you into Marvel? Have you watched the Marvel movies at all? Are you into the Marvel verse?
I've tried and I've tried and I've tried.
Because that's what I've noticed. You're either in or you're out. There is no in between.
I'm out.
Yeah, because it's a commitment. It is a fucking commitment.
Like, I'm a diehard Spider-Man fan. Like, I'll take Spider-Man over any other superhero. That's just me. That's just from childhood, you know. But I still can't bring myself to love, like, Far From Home or Homecoming or any of those.
You haven't liked any
reason.
of those?
Mm-mm.
Fuck.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I had a bad date when I went to go see the first one. Maybe that just soured the whole thing. But
I fucking love.
I felt like it was more of an Iron Man movie than it was a Spider-Man movie.
Oh,
like
hoopla.
Hoopla. And that's also a thing too. Everyone's like, "All right, you're gonna."
Tony was his
Iron
Uncle
Man.
Ben.
I know, and they're like, "You're gonna love Iron Man," and I was like, "All right." I watched it. I was like. I really liked Captain Marvel. I liked that movie.
Yeah, no, Captain Marvel's dope.
Was good. I like what Netflix did with Marvel, like that side of.
Did you see the rumors that Matt Murdock's or Charlie Cox is gonna make a court appearance in Spider-Man 3? Dude, rip my heart out, put it on a plate, and let me fuck it. God damn, would I want that more than anything. That man he was contractually locked to that show and wasn't able to do anything for 2 years after it was canceled. That's why you haven't seen Charlie Cox in literally anything. Look up his IMDb. It's all like fucking, it's all like podcasts and shit and like self-appearances. It's insane and it's really depressing because other people, everyone else is, I've seen, the person who plays Karen Page, I can't remember her name. I've seen her in other shit, but yeah, I've seen Frank Castle, John Bernthal. I've seen him in other shit. So it sucks, man.
Yeah,
it fucking
Ghost
sucks.
Recon.
Yeah. So I really hope that rumor is true, and then I also hope that the rumors, or not it's not even a rumor at this point. Reese, you asked me, how am I enjoying Disney Plus's Marvel series? So let me just go to Disney Plus in a whole. I think it's only in Europe, but I could be wrong, and it could be like Europe and Australia and shit. But there's I think it's called Disney Star or something. But it's basically
confirm.
But it's basically Disney Plus with like R-rated shit. Like they have Logan on there and Deadpool and just R-rated movies and PG and just darker stuff.
They just put Deadpool 1 and 2 on Hulu.
So if they bring Disney Star to America and then are able to do Daredevil on that series and Jessica Jones and Punisher and blah, blah, blah on that, front, then yeah, we have all that. Okay, cool. If they're able to bring that to America and do all that on our front, then that's a total fucking opening for all these series to just transfer over from Netflix to Disney Plus, which in that case, Disney Plus will be the fucking go-to for me, just as long as they keep the same writers, because oh my god, look up the final season of Daredevil. The entire, it's like 9.5, 9.8, 9.6, 9.5, 9.2, 9.8. It's insane. And then I get why they canceled it, but how do you fucking cancel that? They were on such a goddamn roll. And then it ended on a cliffhanger, and just fuck all you corporations who got in the way of my entertainment. But Marvel series as a whole, WandaVision really put me in a bad mood just because the first 2 episodes are completely obsolete. They do not matter at all. There's maybe a line of dialogue in each that contributes to the overarching plot. Maybe a 3 or 4 second scene in both episodes that contributes to the overarching plot. Otherwise, nothing even starts until episode 3. So, I would say watch episode 2, so you get that fun. We're a 60s sitcom, and then it ends on a darker note, and then episode 3 starts widescreen. Not filmed on whatever the fuck kind of lens, on whatever the fuck kind of set. It is a traditional, Marvel shoot, and that's why I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier so much, and why that's clicking with me so much more. Because it is just directly after Endgame, so it's it's everyone being affected by the blip and how everyone's moving on from that, and then it's giving us deeper dives into characters like Falcon and Winter Soldier who are just side pieces in the beginning, but now they're really getting their time to shine. And the plot is actually getting super into race in America, and like how basically like the government doesn't think America is ready for a black Captain America. So that's why they didn't go after Anthony Mackie's Falcon to be Captain America. They hired some other white guy. And it's like, you fucking went there. Like, you went. I cannot wait for X-Men because there's no telling where you guys are going to fucking go after that. But yeah, no, I am all in on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The third episode came out today. I still got to watch that. But yeah, no, those first two episodes are, those are good.
Whew.
Good TV.
Yeah, I'm not big into superheroes. Well, some of it, but I mean, I like The Boys.
Oh
That was a
man,
great show.
oh yeah, The Boys is fantastic.
The
If you
Boys
like The Boys, watch Invincible. The Invincible's
Yeah.
animated, but it's on Amazon Prime. Same thing
okay.
as The Boys. Yeah, incredibly violent, super dark, but it's like pasted in this bright and colorful, almost Justice League style paneled comic. So, yeah, I would highly recommend Invincible.
Yeah,
if you
look
like.
into it. I just like Logan is my favorite Marvel movie.
I think
all
Logan
time.
is the best superhero movie. Full stop.
Yeah, I think it's like true to every bit of
You
what
can
Wolverine
fucking
is.
kick Dark Knight off the side of a cliff. I don't give a shit. Logan is the pinnacle superhero movie. It's just a fucking graphic novel. You got to watch the noir version, shot for shot, in fucking
Heard.
black and white.
Word. But all right.
But anyways, that was a lot of jibber jabber. Let's get on to the news. Story number one. Like I said, if you were joining us from last Friday's stream, our top story back then was the rumors that PS3, PS Vita, and PSP stores were shutting down this summer. Sony did confirm those rumors 4 days ago.
Damn.
Unfortunately, this is from Connor Sheardon over at Games Radar. The PlayStation Store for PlayStation 3 and PS Vita is officially shutting down this summer, confirming rumors of their shuttering, which started circling in recent weeks. Sony broke the news in an update to its PlayStation support announcements page, revealing that the last day for the PlayStation Store on PS3 will be July 2nd, and the last day for the PlayStation Store on Vita will follow on August 27th. Sony says the remaining purchase functionality for PSP will also be disabled on July 2nd. This announcement was specifically made on the UK version of Sony's support site. The US version isn't displaying the update yet, so it's possible that the dates will vary by region. So yeah, if you were here with us last week, we were talking about how there were rumors that this was shutting down. Those came from The Gamer, the website The Gamer. I kind of brushed them off, not really thinking too
me
much
too.
of them, because I think I kind of shut The Gamer down a bit. I think I was maybe a little harsh to him. But yeah, no, the rumors are true. Jay, what do you got any thoughts on that? Any additional thoughts? I know you didn't really have too much to say last week.
No, it's just upsetting. I guess I had to go buy a PSP and buy the whole store because I didn't even know the PSP was still a thing.
Well, they might get into it in the article, but they like neutered the PSP store. It's a real pain to use. And then also, PSPs are basically ticking time bombs. If you at some point in your life out there, you may have found a PSP in your old desk drawer, and you're like, oh, I forgot about this, and you flipped it over, and there was a bunch of fucking dried up battery acid because the batteries all explode. They're on PSPs they're literally ticking time bombs.
Yeah, but I don't know, like with last week's one article that we were reading about how that they patented that thing with the trophies.
Yeah.
I feel like Sony won't just let their legacy die like that. I feel like they're thinking ahead, and they could have a more grand scheme of like a whole, just like Game Pass, but it'll be like, the PlayStation Hub,
Yeah,
like
sorry, go
something
on.
like that. And you'll just be able to it'll be one app for everything, compatible with everything, Or like maybe your PSP, you just have to plug it into your PC and do it that way, and download the games. I don't even know, but I feel like they won't just let everything die like that.
People keep pointing back to Jim Ryan and a bunch of quotes that he has said in the past in interviews where he's talking about how, like at a Gran Turismo event, they had all the Gran Turismos from all of time like lined up on all their systems respectively, and he was talking about how the Gran Turismo 3 on the PS1 was just no one was over by it, and he was looking at it, he was like, who would want to play a game like this, and blah blah blah. And he said a bunch of shit like that, so people take away that he really doesn't care about nostalgia. And one thing,
Right.
if you're going into a PlayStation now, one thing you got to understand is we are what is it, we are now 7 years away from 2013 when we had the Sean Layden's and the Shuhei Yoshidas and the Jack Trentons and the Gio Corsis and all the people who were genuinely awesome on stage, and like whenever like whenever these guys would come out on stage, like it was an event. Whereas Jim Ryan does not do anything eventful. Herman Hulse does not do anything eventful, and it sucks. The most eventful guy you've been getting lately is Mark Cerny, and God, if you want to fall asleep, watch Mark Cerny talk. He is a genius. He is like one of the smartest people you will ever watch talk, but he's the Sony system architect, lead system architect, and he's been their lead system architect since the PS2, I believe.
Oh, the human ASMR guy?
Yeah. Yeah, he wants pictures of your ears.
Yeah, all right.
We're a long way from there. So if you're getting into the PlayStation, know that, I don't know what we're getting into with this generation, because it is don't get me wrong, Sony's always been corporate, in the underlining, but I'm seeing way more PS3 signs at the start of this year than I am PS4, which is not good. Sony's silence for the last year or so has been deafening, personally, and to their credit, they were deaf all of last year and then came out with fucking blowing up. They had 2 consoles. No one saw that coming. Everyone was so fixated on the rumors that Xbox was going to have a second console. No one even thought about the idea of Sony having one. And then they opened it up with a new Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's like, holy shit. And then Horizon Zero Dawn was shown. It's like, goddamn, like this is why you guys shut the fuck up. I'm hoping we get that around E3 this year. I'm hoping they really have to. I'm sticking to my guns that they would not be doing all of this and staying so quiet about it if they didn't have anything to say. Because what I said last week is, when these rumors leaked and they reached out to Sony for response, they have the classic, they invented it, we do not respond to rumors or speculation. I fucked that up last week, I remember correctly, but I got it right this week. We do not respond to rumors or speculation. They literally say, they love saying it. They pretty much fucking sign it. Sincerely, we do not respond to rumors and speculation. So and they didn't respond to that, and then the next week they dropped this. And have not received have not given out any comments on top of this. So I'm really not that concerned. I'm not going to be one of those people who goes and rushes out and buys, a PS3 just so I could buy these games digitally. If anything, I would go and buy any of these games physically that you can, any of the bigger titles, because those will go up in price. PS Vitas, those are already the same price as a PS5. It's fucking insane. So I wouldn't really be too concerned about this if you're a PlayStation owner. Because like Jay said earlier, they have a patent out where you could get trophies for all of your... Sorry, that was really distracting. I don't know what the fuck that was. You could get trophies for PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 games, which is fucking insane. And then with Jim Ryan's comments back in January talking about how they are working on a response to Game Pass. They just don't have anything to say yet. With all of this combined, what I'm getting is we're going to get exactly what he said, a response to Game Pass. What I can see us getting is we're able to download the games digitally. If you have any PS3 games linked to your PSN account, any PS Vita games linked to your PSN account that are playable, you can access those. Those games will be transferred over if you want to buy them again. And that's the thing, is you're going to have to buy the games again. Or they'll come up with a straight up subscription service, which I would be fine with too. But you're not going to be like, it's not going to be Xbox status where you could put the games in the system.
Yeah, I also saw that they just announced they're working on their second generation of VR with like a more HTC Vive Steam, like a Valve Index style motion controller with finger tracking and stuff.
Yeah, that news broke a couple weeks before we started all this.
Gotcha, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's the one I'm interested in, because PSVR was very much an intro to VR itself. It wasn't really quite there yet, whereas I could see like Half-Life Alexa being like a launch title for this one, with how they're describing and how they're going about it. But I could also see it being pretty damn pricey. But we'll see. I'm definitely interested. That might be my intro to VR. We'll see. I definitely have the space for it.
I'm just gonna buy a Valve and a Steam Index or whatever.
Yeah, the Quest
Valve
is what
Index.
I think the
That's the Oculus
yeah, that's what
Quest.
the Oculus one is. Yeah. But anyways, on to story number 2. This is a kind of a quick one that kind of just fucking bugs the hell out of me that I'm not seeing anyone talk about. And again, bugs the fucking hell out of me. So Returnal is Housemarque's next big title. It's also Sony's next big exclusive. It launches at the end of this month, April 30th. And Sony went hands-on, was the only outlet that went hands-on to do the hands-on preview for their own fucking game. And the reason I'm not going to even read any of this, if you're interested, it's at PlayStation Blog. You could go and check it out yourself. The reason I'm not going to read any of this is because it's biased. Like you can't, like, that would be if Rockstar wrote a hands-on preview for GTA 6 talking about how amazing it is. Like, yeah, they're going to, talk about how great it is in marketing, but they're not going to do literally like a fucking 5,000 word article about the game. Like, I honestly cannot take any of this into consideration. I don't know why they didn't send this out to a GameSpot or an IGN or a Game Informer or all of the above. So yeah, how do you feel about that? Does that affect your opinion at all? Does that annoy you? Does that knock your giblets?
It only slightly rattles my giblets. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's one of those. I'm not like too like up to date on the game itself, but for like, it is a bias hands-on preview, and that's just like watching Ubisoft come out with that Division trailer at E3. Just like they'll tell you and show you everything you want to see. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, games are notorious for that. Except for Sony, which is why I like Sony. But when they like show their games at an E3 or a Gamescom, they're running on like, the highest end PC imaginable. So like, when you do eventually play it on your PS4 on a 1080p, it's not going to look like a fraction of how that looks. That was the first Watch Dogs. That was the big issue with that game.
Oh yeah.
But if you don't really got anything else to say on that, again, I didn't really want to read the article. I just wanted to vent about how much of bullshit that is. Send it to me.
Moving on.
This one's fucking big. Story number 3, Sony Japan studio restructure leads to mass exodus of developers. This is another one of those big Sony stories that broke before we started covering the news. basically Sony's Japan studio, one of the longest running, I would say their longest first party studio, got massively restructured. Japan studio has been around since before PlayStation. It's wild. So yeah, they restructured incredibly. The team, Team Asobi, I think, the guys who make Astrobot, they basically restructured to basically just be entirely Team Asobi and not be Team Japan at all. And that pissed a lot of people off, apparently. This is by Matt Kim over at IGN. Sony Japan Studios' ongoing restructure has led to a mass exodus of developers behind key PlayStation titles like Demon's Souls on PS5, Gravity Rush, Bloodborne, The Last Guardian, and more. In February, Sony confirmed the PlayStation's Japan studio will be reorganized around Team Asobi, the development unit behind Astro's Playroom. First-party development elsewhere in the studio will likely cease or be scaled back, and other developments such as localization, external production, and IP management will be shifted to PlayStation Studios. Since this news, several key members of Japan Studio have announced their departure from the company. Demon's Souls PS5 director, this one is fucking insane, Gavin Moore, announced today he's leaving Sony after 24 years with the company. Wow. I quote, "After 24 years at Sony and 18 of those in Japan, yesterday was my last day at Japan Studios. I will miss the great creative spirit and camaraderie. Yeah, camaraderie. Sorry, it's a weird word spelled out. It's a rare one you see spelled out.
I know.
The great spirit and camaraderie of the studio that was a huge part of my life. Time to seek out new and exciting opportunities." From Gavin Moore. It is since was right here. I didn't realize it continued. Since Moore's message, several others shared their time with Japan Studio has ended. Departures include former executive producer Yasuka Asakura, who has credits on Gravity Rush, Bloodborne, and Shadows of the Colossus. Brendan Pitchford, who served as global relations on The Last Guardian, also announced the departure, as well as Gravity Rush creator, designer Sasuke Sayato, and senior producer Kentaro Matamora. Kentaro Matamora. And I'm leaving SIE Japan Studios today. Sad pick, I would imagine. Some of Japan's creatives left earlier. Silent Hill director Kichiro Toyama, along with Gravity Rush designer Junuya Akura, and The Last Guardian lead designer Kazunobu Sato, all left Japan Studios in December to form Boken Game Studio. The developers are already working on their first game, a psychological horror title. Yes! As Japan Studio continues its restructure, all eyes will be on the studio that has worked on titles like Gravity Rush, Bloodborne, and more will look like once it fully recenters around Team Asobi. God damn it, Jay.
I think all these people are going to leave and make their own studios and make banger games.
See, my big concern is that you're gonna see later Xbox is just snatching everyone up and everything up. I'm worried that they're gonna get fucking goddamn fucking Gavin Morrison, and I don't want that.
Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Sorry, it's just sitting here and looking at this is so sad. Demon's Souls, PS5. I'm upset I never recorded any of my gameplay because holy shit, did I beat that game. I beat it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cheers.
First Souls game. Beat it. One of the hardest Souls game. Beat it.
I've never gotten to beat any of them. The farthest I've gotten was in the first Dark Souls.
Yeah, I hope they find a nice job at a studio that they enjoy more, or like you said, form their own studios like a few other have. It's just upsetting because, like I said, this has been a studio that's been around since before PlayStation. So to see it just sort of get restructured in the snap of a finger in a PlayStation blog post initially is upsetting. And then seeing all these developers leave in like a mass walkout almost, that's not good. Sony has had nothing but bad news lately.
I don't know, man.
But story number 4. We gotta just get this one out of the way. This comes from Video Games Chronicle. CD Projekt Red has canceled its standalone AAA Cyberpunk multiplayer game. This is by
really?
This is by Tom Ivan. As part of a wide-ranging CD Projekt strategy update, President and Joint CEO Adam Kaczynski said the company has reconsidered its plans for the game. CD Projekt suggested in January... Okay, hold on. Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now. This is what I think they should do. They should drop everything that they're working on with Cyberpunk, and they need just all hands on deck for The Witcher 4.
Just let me get through this fucking goddamn story, and we can fucking tear this goddamn game apart.
Okay.
CD Projekt suggested in January 2020 that its Cyberpunk multiplayer project would be its own AAA release, rather than a Cyberpunk 2077 add-on. And last November, Kaczynski called it a separate, dedicated production, a big production, adding, "We think about it as a standalone product." However, Kaczynski said in a video released on Tuesday, "Previously we hinted that our next AAA would be a multiplayer Cyberpunk game, but we have decided to reconsider this now. Given our new, more systematic..." I can't even get through this fucking article without fucking laughing. Jesus, this is insanely long. And before we start tearing this game apart, there's more, Jay. There's more. They also released their patch 1.2. This fucking patch.
Oh, they announced something else too.
Look at the size of this fucking patch.
You can read the extensive list of patch notes here.
Look at the fucking size of this thing. There's gotta be...
I think I'm looking at an early access roadmap.
But dude, seriously, look at this. Just hit the end. That is unfucking believable. I am sick of talking about this game. But here we are talking about it. Jay, what's your experience with Cyberpunk?
Okay, my experience with Cyberpunk was I did not get overhyped over the years leading up to the launch. I was always like, meh, cool. And then right around when it launched, everyone was playing it, and I was like, sweet. I'm not gonna spend money on it, but a friend gifted me a copy, so I played through it, and I liked it, but I felt like I was playing like a buggy Far Cry game.
Thank you.
Like the whole time. Like, it felt like Far Cry or a terrible version of the Outer Worlds, because I can't tarnish the Outer Worlds name with Cyberpunk. Like, the Outer Worlds was very good, very short, but very dense. It was very good, but it gave me that vibe, and just like, I got just bored of the game after like 2 weeks.
Did you beat it?
Yeah, I put it down, and then I waited like a month, and I picked it back up, beat it, was very, how can I say, the ending sucked. The ending I got was, I even read into it, and I watched them all on YouTube, the best ending, but it sucked. I was like, is it?
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, if this was, like, The Witcher 3 had 30, how many endings? 33, 34 endings for one game. And this game was just like Like, I liked it, but it was just, like, boring. They did the Borderlands thing with the weapons. Cool.
Yeah. Oh my
Like,
god.
the driving sucked.
Everything's
The thing that I read that bugged me the most was the fact that for marketing purposes, they just scrapped the past Johnny just for Keanu Reeves. When I heard that the guy that voice acted and played Johnny prior,
oh, get out of here. I'm in the middle of something. Sorry.
the guy that voice acted Johnny Pryor was like more sick and sadistic and like more true to the vision that they had. And they
I remember
basically
reading
threw
an article
Keanu
about
Reeves
that.
in there last minute and rewrote a bunch of shit.
I fucking hated Keanu Reeves in that game.
Me too.
His
He's
voice
one of my
acting was
favorite actors.
terrible.
Worst character ever.
Dude, after that game in Toy Story 3, I can confidently say dude cannot voice act. Dude is not a voice actor. No. Yeah, my experience with the game is pretty much all negative from the get-go. It was similar to you in the sense of like I didn't get overdrawn in. It was similar for how it goes with most games for me. On this level where like, you know, they're announced, they're talked about, they're shown. I'm interested, but I'm not really thinking about it too much. And then like the weeks leading up to the game, that's when I'll get real excited for it.
Because it's everywhere. It's
everywhere.
And
I didn't know what I wanted to get it on. I didn't know if I wanted it on the PS5 or the PC. And it was delayed after it went gold from November to December, and they said they delayed that because of all the consoles that they were making it on. And when they said that, I was just like, oh, so they're going to just release them all on consoles at the same time? So, you know, instead of the next-gen version launching 2021, it launches, you know, the same time as every other console? And then I go on the PlayStation Store, and it's like also playable on PS5. And I'm like, cool. So I get it on PS5. That is not the case. I am playing the PS4 version on a PS5. And oh my god, I don't think I've ever had a game crash on me so many fucking times. The game probably crashed on me, I'm not even joking, like 15 times.
it's crashed on me
a
once.
day. It crashed on me unfucking believably. And then one thing I keep saying is, you say bad marketing, I think genius marketing. They told everyone, it's the developers of, in my opinion, the best RPG in the last decade, who got the licensing rights to one of the greatest tabletop RPGs of all time, and they sold you this Borderlands fucking Call of Duty wannabe spin-off bullshit. That fucking, the opening hotel shit with Adam Smasher. Tell me that is not a Call of Duty mission. Like with you driving away and him fucking breaking out through the hotel window and blah, blah, blah. Like it is, none of your decisions had any consequence. None of them mattered at all. Again, the marketing, all jokes aside, the marketing was fucking terrible. They led you to believe that it was going to be, you know, a big ass RPG where you were running around with a companion and, you know, you could play sides. I cannot tell you how many times I tried to play sides and like, you know, played each enemy, bracket off each other, but you couldn't, you fucking couldn't. The game was like you said, it was basically just a Far Cry. And it's a broken Far Cry.
Like that. I mean, granted, I played it on PC, and like I said, it's only crashed like once or twice for me. And I had it running at 60 frames the whole time, looking great. I ran like a NVIDIA filter on it, but like the major bugs that I ran into was just goofy shit. Like how many times you call in a motorcycle and it like just comes right through the wall.
Yeah.
And through like 4 cars and they don't even move or something like that. Or like you're watching Jackie eat noodles, but the noodles are like above his head and they're like going into his mouth, like weird stuff.
You shoot someone dead and their guns just floating above their body. That was the bugs are, as you can see, the bugs are fucking never ending.
Even worse, I saw today that they're talking about a massive expansion with a whole new city with like hovering cars.
It's not gonna happen. Here's my question for you. Do you think you can save it?
No.
I mean, like in any case, because for me personally, if they drop last gen, if they like come out and they're like, hey, we're sorry, PS3 or PS4 and Xbox One, not happening. We cannot make it happen. Like if you want it, this is the version you got.
No, they can't do that because
I know
it's
such a
so much. That would give them so much bad rep that The Witcher 4 could be doomed. Their baby is like that.
That's their big
what they're
problem.
thinking of right now. They don't give a fuck about Cyberpunk anymore. They're like, how could this affect The Witcher 4?
Well, never was The Witcher 3 produced by anyone? Like, did WB produce The Witcher 3? Because I know that's what is a big issue with Cyberpunk is that CDPR produced it themselves, so they sunk all this money in themselves. Granted, they sold 10 million copies opening day, so they made their money back and then some right there, but I don't know how many people requested their refunds. I know you could still request your refund on PlayStation, which is insane. So yeah, I personally think last gen is dead. Like, I know it's like, it is a fucking shot. You could say, you know, hey, your version will work on next gen consoles whenever that comes through. Hold on real quick. Oh my god.
Man,
sorry.
I was gonna rate that one, but
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't do that. It was too rough.
it was a rough one.
Yeah. So I'm personally over the game. Like I said, I didn't even like it to begin with, and that's because it was not the game that it was marketed to me as it was going to be, which is a fucking shame. Do you ever plan on going back to it? Like, if they like, you know, because if I remember correctly, The Witcher 3 when The Witcher 3 came out, that game did have issues and that game was broken. But just not to this degree.
No, plus The Witcher 3 was set for success because The Witcher 1 and 2 were good, the books are popular.
Yeah, they were a niche. The first two Witchers were niche titles. The first one more so. I know a couple people who played the second game, but really The Witcher 3 was what broke The Witcher. You know, if The Witcher was so popular, they would have made the Netflix series fucking 5 years ago,
Right.
10 years ago, versus, you know, after Witcher 3 getting its popularity. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm curious if they had anyone produce that game, because if that's not the case, they're definitely going to need someone to produce the fourth one. But honestly, it's like they had so much good grace and they just threw it out the fucking window. Because the same year as Fallout 4, The Witcher 3 came out, and you put those two RPGs next to each other, and one is significantly light years, miles ahead of the other. I'll let you decide which was which.
Well, the devs came out and said, "Oh yeah, like just that was an RPG game, like that was a shooter game with a Fallout brand on it."
No, that's
I
just an
enjoyed.
excuse.
All right, I enjoyed Fallout 4 for the sake of the universe that Fallout is, but
For sure.
Nothing will top New Vegas. Obsidian is
No.
just the shit.
We'll see what they have with Avowed, but moving on to the next story. What is that? That's story number 5.
Oh, I read into this a little bit.
That didn't work. Story number 5. Cool. This is again by Activision, or not by Activision, by IGN. Activision issues DMCA takedowns to outlet covering Call of Duty leaks. Activision. Hey, could you keep it down, please? Sorry. This is by Jordan Oleman over at IGN. Activision issued a DMCA takedown notice to the Twitter account of website Video Games Chronicle after it legitimately covered map leaks for Call of Duty Warzone. This resulted in VGC account being temporarily locked, a standard Twitter process in response to DMCA claims, but one that eventually led to a full account suspension. With the tweet in question also struck from Twitter, the DMCA also affected VGC editor-in-chief Andy Robinson. Both tweets pointed to VGC's coverage of the leaks, which Activision has seemingly has not moved to take down. So basically, Robinson made clear that the tweet did not contain Twitter-hosted images or of the leaked material. Twitter links do automatically pull images from their stories, which could appear to show a leaked image. However, the image in VGC's tweet and story appeared to be a screenshot from the Ashes to Ashes mission in the Black Ops Cold War campaign, not a leaked image. Robinson confirmed to IGN that the image was the header for the publish time onwards and came from the existing game, not the leaks. So this is just a bunch of bullshit. Whether he did fucking leak it or not, it's a journalist doing a journalist job. Like, whenever when Assassin's Creed leaks every year, Ubisoft isn't going fucking striking all those Twitter
Because
accounts
it
and
builds
shit.
the hype.
I don't know. This one pissed me off. Just because I don't know who Activision thinks they are really. Getting in the way of this. It's not, I don't get like what it was because this was bound to happen. All these articles to come out about this because there was a bunch of people talking about this because it's fucking bullshit. This is gonna scare people off from leaking shit, and whether I don't know how you feel about leaks. I personally don't give a shit.
Neither do I.
I just don't really also consider them as like news. Like when Elden Ring, when like that shaky handy cam of like a cell phone, it was like 45 seconds and it was all blurry. When the footage of that game leaked, like every website was talking about that. It's like, that's not fucking news.
Same with Harry Potter.
Yeah, no, exactly. When that shit leaked.
I'm excited for that game, by the way. But we could not talk.
That got delayed to 2022, I believe. But yeah, well.
It did, but I agree with delaying games.
Yeah, no, for sure. Delayed games only helps them. But moving on to story number 6. This one. This is the fucking... Oh, Jay. Jay.
It's happening.
MLB The Show 21 is coming to Xbox Gamepass Day One. Just let me rewind that real quick. Look at this. Xbox, Game Pass, PlayStation Studios, San Diego Studios. What the fuck, dude? Like, how does this happen?
There's a big play in the works. Let me just tell you that. There's a big play to just unify everything, I believe. But
I saw Patrick Klepek tweet out that the reason why this has happened is because MLB has taken over as the publisher. Like, they're marketing MLB as the publisher of the game over PlayStation. Even though when that fucking trailer just wrapped up, at the end, you see the PlayStation logo at the bottom of the fucking box. Right there. Like, what the hell? And yeah, I know what you're saying by, like, if you think this is like a big crossover, you could see this leading to a bigger crossover thing. It's not. If anything, I hope this sparks more competition between Sony and Xbox, and this sparks Sony to do their Gamespass competitor, because this was a Sony first-party studios title for years.
Yeah.
Since the fucking since the 90s. This was a system seller.
I know people that have bought PS4s just to play the show 20.
And the reason why you're not going to see, I don't think you'll see a crossover, is because back in 2014, when the Master Chief Collection was coming out, I remember Colin Moriarty, when he was still working at IGN, reported that Xbox went to PlayStation to try and put Master Chief Collection on PlayStation. And PlayStation turned him down. PlayStation said, no, we don't want it on our console. They are very strict in competition. It's like the same thing when Xbox talked about how they went to Japan to try and buy Nintendo in the 90s, and they literally got laughed out of the room. Like, he said, they were literally laughing at us. So I really think this is gonna just spark. I mean, Sony had to have known about this. Like this, this definitely isn't coming off as a surprise to them. But I mean, this is insane. This has gotta, like I said, this has gotta spark a fire under Sony. If this doesn't, I don't know what is, personally.
Remember Blitz the League?
Yeah.
I want MLB the League, where I just beat people with baseball bats to steal bases. That's what they should do. No, I'm just kidding.
And then next up, we got this one game that's been getting talked about a little bit lately. It's called Icarus. Have you heard about this game? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I've heard about it.
It's from the makers of DayZ, and it's like
really?
Yeah, it looks beautiful, but
I'm a little behind on your feed, but I'm watching it now.
It looks fucking beautiful, but it's DayZ creator, so I could see it being jank as fuck.
Bohemia?
Bohemia did. I thought they did Arma. I didn't think. Did they?
Yeah, they bought DayZ standalone.
Oh, okay.
But Bohemia's been bought out by Tencent Games, unfortunately.
Damn. Yeah, they're buying everyone too. But yeah, no, I mean the vibe I'm getting from this game is it's kind of like a survival roguelite almost. Like you go down to this planet, you survive, you do your shit, and then to get your upgrades and buy equipment and stuff, you hop in that ship and fly back up. So that game looks pretty cool. There was another little video that came out. What is going on? Oh, yeah, skip ad. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is actually really cool. I'm just going to unmute it real quick.
Icarus was supposed to be a second Earth. Some kind of
it's
paradise
a little under 8
brought
minutes,
to you by the
7.5
best
minutes
scientific
long.
minds in the universe.
It's like
right.
It's like an actual documentary kind of thing they were going for, with like real footage from the game combined with this like super high quality documentary style video, and it's cool. I haven't really seen a game done like this before. It's like it's almost like a dev diary, but done with like care.
You couldn't find oxygen, you died. If you couldn't find shelter from the storms.
Yeah, like they get into this story about this woman named Mo. Yeah.
Mo?
She went missing, and she just loved exploring.
She was sent with the team to terraform the place, so yeah, she was there when it all went to hell.
So yeah, I'm afraid of getting copyright strikes, so I'm just gonna mute it again. But no, this game looks cool. Like I said, I'm nervous about jank. We'll see how that goes, because DayZ was a.
It will release in an early access state. I guarantee. They always release their games like that.
DayZ was a bit of a pooper.
Came around, but taking years. I'd say so, but I still don't play it.
And then story number 7. Let me just pause this so this isn't just constantly playing in the background. Story number 7. This is from Polygon. Owen as good. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga delayed indefinitely.
Oh, that fucking sucks, dude.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga won't make its launch planned for the spring, Traveler's Tales said Friday. The developer didn't give any additional time frame for when it expected to release the game. Thanks to all our fans for your continued patience. That's it. That's the whole tweet right there. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X will be a Legoized adaptation of all 9 films in the main Star Wars series. 7 of them have already appeared in the Lego Star Wars series, going back 16 years.
16 years?
Yeah.
I remember sitting there on my GameCube playing
I remember on
that.
PS2, yeah. Lego Star Wars, the video game, comprising episode 1 through 3, launched in 2005. Yeah, I remember that. Followed a year later by Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. I remember that, spanning episodes 4 through 6. Both games were re-released in 2007 as the LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. The most recent game in the series was 2016's LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, which means Skywalker Saga will be the first LEGO treatment for either 2017's The Last Jedi or 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. Traveler's Tales gave the spring 2021 launch window at Gamescom 2020 in late August. In an interview with StarWars.com last May, the developers said Skywalker Saga, excuse me, Skywalker Saga will feature more than 500 characters and will allow players to start and play through any of the 9 films in order they wish. You sounded a little bummed at the beginning of this. Were you looking forward to this one at all?
I was.
Yeah?
I haven't played a Lego game on PC, but
Oh yeah, actually, I bet those are fucking gorgeous.
right. And then 2, like these are my go-to Nintendo Switch games. Like I've been
Oh, yeah?
playing through Lego Harry Potter on the Switch, and they're just fun, pick up, play. Like they're just good adaptations. I wish they would re-release Lego Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
That
Marvel Heroes was an early launch game or an early game for launch consoles last year, like PS4 and Xbox One. That came out early, and I remember getting that up. And yeah, no, that game was you're able to play as like fucking anyone in Marvel.
Right.
That shit was dope.
I remember
flying around.
I remember getting the Xbox 360 Slim when those came out with the built-in Wi-Fi finally. Finally, we got a console with built-in Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
you know,
the black
and,
glossy one.
yeah, and that came with Lego Batman on it. And that game was so much fun too. Like Lego Batman was the shit. And you just had
Yeah, I
a bunch
know a
of
lot of
different
people who've-
Batman costumes. But
I
like
know a lot of people who got into those.
they're good fun. They're good drop in, drop out couch multiplayer. That's also a reason why I like it on the Switch, because Lady Ham can just grab another Joy-Con. And all you need
I
is the
forgot about
Joy-Cons.
that.
And just hop right in and hop right out. So yeah, I'm pretty bummed. I know a couple people that pre-ordered this game. I'm
Damn.
hoping that
wonder what the-
they might
Sorry, go
just be like we're just gonna wait till May 4th to release it, you know, and just kind of blow everyone's minds. But the thing is, like, people pre-ordered this game.
Yeah.
So-
it didn't specify anything about refunds, because I remember when The Last of Us Part 2 was delayed indefinitely. What struck a chord for me with that was them issuing refunds to anyone who ordered the game digitally, which that raised a question mark. But it was literally taken down for like a month. I was like,
That's what I'm thinking.
I was like, why is it indefinitely if it's just a month? So this could be a similar thing, or this game could be in some sort of trouble, unfortunately. I don't really know. But story number 8, cruising on through. This is PAX East is canceled this year, 2021 entirely. This is an update straight from their website. In the light of the ongoing public health concerns, Reed Pop and Penny Arcade will not hold PAX East this year. Given the United States' progress towards addressing COVID-19 in recent months, we are cautiously optimistic PAX West and PAX Unplugged will proceed as planned with in-person festivities September 3rd through the 6th and December 10th through the 12th, respectively. This is, upsetting. I've always wanted to go to one of these things, but yeah, like you said, it's understandable. No shocker. Totally get it. But yeah, I know you went to TwitchCon. Is that the only one you've gone to, or have you gone to any other ones?
That is the only convention I've gone to, and let me tell you, like, I was trying to, like, when we finally walked onto the expo floor, I was trying not to cry. And because, like, Twitch is, like, a big part of my life.
Yeah, for sure.
And just being, especially, and I know PAX is the same way, and all these places are the same way, where TwitchCon, they sold out 63,000 people, all in the same place, all there for the same purpose.
I was about to say, so like, what is, like, because PAX East is specifically like an indie games showcase kind of thing, just, a celebration of games. What is TwitchCon specifically? Is that like just a thing for Twitch Twitch streamers to like just go and like hang out and like, you know, meet and learn shit, or is there like
So
actual, is there like a fighting competition like Evo or like Counter-Strike or something?
all right,
All the above.
all the above, but I'll try to sum it up with like more big chunks, you know. Basically, I think anyone that has streamed on Twitch, if they really care about it, they should go to experience it one time to see. Like, I know there's a lot of bad shit in the media, and like Twitch fucks up a lot, and I bash Twitch all the time. Like, they fuck up, they do, and they just don't know how to run things sometimes. Like, but I love them, and to see what they do with the community and give back to the community at TwitchCon's crazy. But basically, you have an expo floor that's consisting of new gear, a lot of new gear, a lot of supplements. You know,
So like Elgato will go there and like, you know,
oh yeah,
show
there's
all the new-
Elgato.
yeah.
Elgato Helicon for the Go XLR had a booth. NVIDIA was showing off the NVIDIA broadcast software that you're using now.
yeah,
We were
yeah,
there
for sure.
like holy shit! Like, a green
I saw that
screen
shit
with no
live,
green
man.
screen? They're like step in front of this camera, and then we're like, holy fuck! And that's when they were like, and here's our new Elgato key lights. And we were like, man, we need to get some of those. And then like they had indie devs there, like Squad was there. They gave me a bunch of keys to give out. I met like
Dope.
their community manager there and everything. And like, it's a lot of companies have signs that say creator program.
Yeah. So that's
So-
why I would want to go, is just to
so
meet
I, like-
contacts.
Yeah, I know. Like I went and I had to call off. I like scheduled off work, and they were pissed I had to leave. They're like, "Oh, it's busy, and Jay's out on vacation." And my girlfriend's like,
Suck a dick.
like, "This isn't. He's not out there on vacation. Like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was
for
a
sure.
straight business net. I had fun.
Yeah.
But it was a straight networking.
It was investment.
It was an
Yeah.
investment of money and time, and I went out there with my buddy Wagner. We got a dope Airbnb in the hills of San Diego. It was sick, but like,
Nice.
but anyway, they did have Twitch Rivals. It's an esports competition. They had the like Twitch showcase where they showed us a bunch of shit that was coming to like channel points.
Yeah. Okay.
When we were there, they're like, since you're here, you're able to apply for it now. And I got it sitting there. I was like, I got channel points, dude. Like, sweet. I'm like one of the first people. They literally announced it right in front of me. Then they had Dragon Force that recorded their whole album on Twitch, kick off their tour and their album release right there in front of us. And I was like, this is sick.
Is there any bars there? Is there like in the con? Like, was there like
So
a bar?
they
You
had
just
the
sit there drinking, watching Dragon Force. Like, fuck yeah, TwitchCon.
Well, like, it was like a ritual. Take the Uber to the convention center, and I shit you not, bro. I'll never forget it until I'll take this to my grave, and you can ask where's Wagner about it too. We get in this car.
You say I take
And-
it to my grave, and then you go and tell me the story.
No, it's just like I saw that. It's just weird, dude. Like this happened. Fuck, just we get in this Uber, and Stanley's in the front seat. I swear to God, this man is about in his late 80s, white hair, glasses, mustache, and he goes, "So, you guys going to TwitchCon?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "So is that kind of like Comic-Con?" I love Comic-Con, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is wild." And we get out of the car, and Wagner's like, "Dude, that was fucking Stan Lee
You
back
were on
from
mushrooms.
the dead." No, I was like, dude, that was just crazy. But yeah, we'd show up and go straight to the Kappa Cabana at 11:30, and that was the 21 and over section. We got our wristband, and the sponsor of TwitchCon
How good
that
did
year
that
was
feel?
very
you get that
good.
wristband.
And that's where you can go out and smoke your pot and smoke, because we're in Cali, so you can go out on the balcony, smoke whatever you need
Yeah.
to. They had like a bunch of games out there and live music, and the sponsor was Kraken Rum. So We had fun. TwitchCon was awesome. We didn't go into the art section because it smelled like BO and like neckbeard. It was bad, but like yeah, they had a couple esports tournaments. One of our buddies, they and last minute, you want to do the Fortnite Twitch Rivals? He's like, yeah, sure. Fucking won $1,200 and it changed his life. We're just sitting there. He's like, dude, my phone's blowing off. All these orgs just want my cock. And I was like, good for you, man. I was like, he came up here from Mexico just to hang out and just like went off. Changed his life. And it was awesome. It was a great time. Great time.
I've always wanted to go to one of those. One I've always wanted to go to is story number 9, San Diego Comic-Con planning in-person convention this Thanksgiving weekend. This is by Adam Bankhurst over at IGN. San Diego Comic-Con 2021 is set to return as an in-person event this Thanksgiving weekend, despite a previous announcement that the Comic-Con International San Diego was canceling its 2021 convention in light of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The company today revealed, this was Tuesday, I believe, this was a few days ago, earlier this week, the company today revealed its revised plan to hold an in-person show from November 26th through the 28th. As you can imagine, a lot of people are fucking pretty annoyed with this because they're like, it shouldn't be happening, 1, and 2, I got to choose between my family and my comics. Why are you doing this to me?
Right.
But this is the convention that I've wanted to go to like my entire life.
So
This and like PlayStation Experience, but PlayStation Experience was canceled in 2016. But yeah, I want San Diego Comic-Con so bad.
So I think out of anywhere that they have Comic-Con, if they were to downsize and really implement restrictions and like space things out, the one place they can do it is the San Diego Convention Center, because that place is like I said, they fit 63,000 people in there on multiple floors. Well, there's just a lot of room and space.
The problem with convention centers is, excluding COVID-19, they are a breeding ground for germs. Like the stories you hear of people, just going to PAX and getting like you anticipate getting sick. Like, you carry around Purell with you and shit to keep yourself fucking sanitary. Cause ugh, that's the one thing. That's the one reason why I don't want to go to convention centers is the dirt and the grime. That stank, that nerd stank.
Oh, there was a lot of nerd stank, let me tell you. It was, the nerd stank was heavy. But it's still, like, definitely bucket list, gotta make it out there. Because let me tell you, when that convention center has an event, like TwitchCon or Comic-Con that's a couple days, literally, the city of San Diego, downtown San Diego, is purple. Twitch logos all over the street signs, all over the place.
Yeah, they like run
Twitch
up like
banners.
the whole fucking place.
Like it's dope. Like all the bars, TwitchCon specials and stuff.
And then story number 10. This is just like sort of a quick one that we're gonna not really dive into. This was a rumor yesterday by VGC. E3 2021 U-turns. Oh wait, no, did I press the wrong one?
No, that's the right one.
Huh. Okay, yeah, no, but whatever. There were rumors floating around yesterday that E3 was going to be behind a paywall for certain game showcases, and as I'm seeing right now, they were rumored to be asking for up to $35. Holy shit, cocksucking motherfucker! And that's for video online only. This is not an in-person event. Jesus Christ. But they did come in and say that this is not true. They are not going to charge what is it? ESA insists no elements of the digital event will require a purchase. So if you were concerned about that, no need to be concerned. But my biggest concern is, Jay, is E3 dead? with all these companies stepping out and stepping away.
And doing their own thing.
Yeah, and realizing how much they're saving, because I don't know if you know that, but E3 is run by the ESA. So, say when IGN goes and sets up their booth at whatever convention center they're shooting E3 at, they have to get their contractors through the ESA. They can't hire their own. They have to get their equipment through the ESA. They can't use their own. So they have to pay a lot of fucking money. And then you read stories from developers about how much they got to crunch to get these trailers ready in time for E3. It just puts a lot of hassle on these developers, whereas I feel like this last year they've come to the realization the amount of money and stress they save when they just release the content on their own time digitally.
And how many people just watch it live on YouTube and Twitch from the comfort of their home with all their buddies on Discord?
Yeah, for sure.
Or like with Twitch, every year I like live streaming the E3 showcases because like that's just like being there, you know.
My only real concern is that, like last year, we saw that, E3 was a way for all these companies to get together to do it in 1 week versus Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest or whatever it was called last year. That shit was like fucking 3 months. And I swear every week when like some small random indie game got announced, I was like, oh wait, this thing is still going on? Oh. Like, I don't know if there was a single like game of note that came from that Summer Games Fest. I think that Icarus game did. That might have been IGN's thing. I can't remember. But yeah, I really liked E3 because E3 was personally my Super Bowl. Like
yeah, I
you said,
remember being a kid and G4 TV's coverage.
Yeah. Like,
Like,
sitting around being like, oh, that was awesome. Like PlayStation's 2016 E3 press conference is one of the best press conferences I ever saw. It had the live orchestra that was playing music along to everything they were showing. They showed Horizon Zero Dawn. They showed God of War. They showed... What else did they show? Ratchet and Clank. Crash Bandicoot, not Ratchet and Clank. They showed Detroit Become Human. They showed Days Gone. They showed they showed Spider-Man. I remember jumping out of my fucking seat screaming when they showed Spider-Man. And then Insomniac's logo, he web slings and pulls in the other half of the O. It's like, God fucking damn, dude. And we have not gotten anything even a fraction of as cool since 2016. And it sucks. It sucks.
The last cool showcase I saw was when Bethesda had Andrew WK play for Rage 2.
Oh my god. It was so fucking corny. But yeah, if you were concerned about this, no need to be concerned. My biggest concern is that these conventions are slowly going to be dying out in these years to come, specifically E3. And story number 11, our final story, is just a quick little wrap up from Games Radar. The Witcher Season 2 has wrapped filming. More than a year and several delays. Production on Season 2 of The Witcher is complete. Let's see. The news was revealed by series hair and makeup artist Jacqueline Rawthorne on Instagram. Rawthorne's story feed from Wednesday includes a post that reads, "We are wrapped on The Witcher 2. Only a takeaway menu left on the board." Said takeaway menu, which is bare save for a bunch of pins and restaurant menu, is the background image. Rathor followed up with a slight technicality, clarifying that production officially wraps Thursday, April 1st, but it sounds like the vast majority of production is complete. Did you watch the first season at all?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah, how'd you like it?
Fucking loved it. Then here, this is why I'll say I love it. Henry Cavill
God amongst men.
plays an amazing Geralt, and he was the one that was like, I don't know who I'm gonna play this. I read the books. I played the game, and that made me want to read the books. So I read all the books. and I just love Geralt, and I know I could play him, and I want to play him. And he specifically went out and was like, if you guys are going to do this, I'll be Geralt. And they were like, all right, we're doing it. You want to be Geralt? And he just like, his voice, the way he is
Yeah.
Geralt. If you play the game, you'll love the show, and just like the way they go into just
I feel like
it's
I feel like the first season was finding its footing.
Yeah.
It was kind of all over the place, lore wise. Whereas this season 2, I think they know where they're at and where they're going. Because I mean the choreography in the first one was fucking insane. Like the fight scenes. I remember that first episode, that alleyway scene where he's got the sword like upside down, like he's holding it like a dagger almost. That shit was so fucking cool. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I would imagine that'll be out later this year. But before we go, did you watch Godzilla vs. Kong?
No. Oh, one quick thing. I saw rumors, and I don't think anyone has confirmed or denied, but like, I know Mark Hamill was looking to play Yasamir.
Who?
Like the guy, isn't that Geralt's dude he rolls with in the beginning of The Witcher 2?
Oh
Witcher
yeah,
3?
yeah. Yeah, I think the bald guy. Yeah, I think he was in 3, wasn't he?
Yeah, the older guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Mark Hamill didn't. He's not playing him.
Oh, he's not? Fuck.
No, he wanted to play him, I remember. But if I remember correctly, they casted someone else.
Word. All right.
But you said you didn't watch Godzilla vs.
No,
Kong?
so don't spoil it for me because I really want to watch it because I'm a big Godzilla fan, not a big Kong fan.
You're not a big Kong fan. What's wrong with
Like
Kong?
he's cool, but Godzilla's cooler. All right, it's like Godzilla's just like I loved every Godzilla movie back to the original.
They're just
Like,
both they're both tragic characters. You know, it's hard to say you like one more than the other. I
but
feel
if you've
I
seen-
feel remorse and sympathy for both.
If you see if you ever watch Shin,
Yeah,
Godzilla,
we've talked about it.
then you like just Godzilla's the shit. Like after that movie, I'm like, all right. There's nothing that can beat Godzilla.
Did you see the other Godzilla movies, like the 20?
I saw the one with Bryan Cranston when he was in it for like 30 minutes. This movie was awful.
It was
Worst
not good.
like monster fight ever. And I haven't watched King of the Monsters, but I know they kind of doubled down on like everyone just no one cares about a story.
King
When
of
they're
the
watching
Monsters was fucking dope.
Yeah, and I heard it's the same with like King Kong and Godzilla, where like you ain't going for a story, you're going to watch two big ass fucking beasts beat the shit out of each other and destroy cities.
Yeah, Kong Skull Island was like the only real story beat like part I really
Was
fucking
that any
loved.
good? Because I haven't seen that either.
I fucking love Skull Island.
Yeah,
I think that one hit on pretty much all notes. Like, you know, it's a good story. The characters are great. Maybe that's just because I genuinely loved everyone in the cast. It's John Goodman, John C. Reilly, Samuel L. Jackson,
yeah.
Brie Larson. It's like it's so fucking star-studded.
John C. Riley's like the dude that's been there for like ever, right?
Yeah, he was like
okay.
he's like a World War II pilot that crash landed there. But oh my god, yeah, no, that movie's super dope. And then King of the Monsters is just every fucking frame of that movie is like could be your wallpaper. It is like so beautiful. This movie, I would put this, I'd probably put this at like number 3. Like I'd probably go like Skull Island, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, then this, then the 2014 one. Just because the plot that was there was, in my opinion, pretty fucking bad. It didn't really make sense. It was basically just like a way to get people from point A to point B, which is like the same as the first two ones were, but this one was just even less careless. There were a few scenes that were just straight up fucking dumb. A lot of exposition. It's basically just dragging you along to each one of these insane fucking monster battles, because the final fight is a spectacle. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Dude, that shit was with the hue lights going and the surround sound blasting. Fuck. Yeah.
Yo,
that-
question. How do you get hue lights hooked up to your audio?
You could do it with, if you have them connected to your computer, there's an app. But if you want to do them through your TV, you need a home sync box.
Gotcha.
Is what I think
that's
it's
all
called.
we have to talk about. I just was curious.
That thing's like fucking $250 though. It's stupid.
Word.
It's not worth it. But yeah, anyways, that is going to wrap up the stream. We will be back Friday, like I mentioned at the top. This will go live on youtube.com/punkwithacontroller. Sunday, I would say I got to it a little bit later last week. I'll try and get to it a little bit sooner, so it'll be up in the afternoon, hopefully. You can please like, follow, and subscribe, twitch.tv/punkwithacontroller, and go and like and subscribe to Jay's channel as well, twitch.tv/lordxham. We will see you next week with whatever news breaks. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a nice night. Peace.
Bye-bye.